So let's look into what your soul wants you to know for what's coming up in 2026. So I'm just shuffling my cards. And I know, if you are seeing this in 2025, me saying the next year, it just feels so weird and scary. It's like, no, it's literally just around the corner and it's hard to even fathom. So for those who are seeing this at any other time, because we are literally, I think, 8 weeks away from New Year or six. For anybody seeing this at mid year, beginning year, whatever it may be, don't worry. I'll give you what the timelines mean because it will still apply to you because you'll still be in 2026 then. My God, I don't want to even say those words. But it's going to be exciting. I love it. I said exciting, and the first card I turn over says star power. You cannot make this up. This is so funny. Sorry, I'm just reading and I should read it out to you guys. It basically says you need engaging work that will let your talents shine. You are a natural actor and influencer. You attract fame and fortune. Translated, and again, this is kind of, taking it to entrepreneurial business owner and stuff, but translated to even if it's relating to your career, is basically saying that in 2026, and we're talking about the early part of it, that all of the goals and things that you have been working towards, and especially as you have been doing all of the work this year round, in 2025. Sorry, I'm just translating it for the people who are going to see it next year in mid-month and stuff. So take it to be, because we know we're about 6 to 7 weeks before before the new year. So if you're seeing it in any other timeline, then take the conversation to be that what you did prior to the reading, all the work, all the efforts, all of that you've been putting in, all of that hard work is going to pay off. We are talking about a combination of love and career. So it's not just a one-sided reading because we're talking about 2026. We're talking about what's going to be unfolding. And I'm being given the first 3 months because we don't want to keep on dragging it to, and I will probably do other readings for the other parts of the year anyway. But the great news is that we're focusing on the